Okay, I have to admit it. I like Twister, but I'm willing to admit Twister's dumb. And in fact, Twister's so dumb. Miss Pops and I kind of got distracted during parts of the movie and would pause and rewind and debate like the tornado's on this side and then it's on this side and then why would they do this and why wouldn't they do that? So I want to talk about Twister briefly because we're going to make another movie. So the question is really, how dumb will that movie be? Because let's face it, Twister's fun, but it's not smart. Here we go. All right, I'm Pops, and yes, I can hear it now, and I'm with you. I like this movie, Pops. I liked it. I liked it. I loved it when it first landed. When you watch it for the first time, and this is one of those movies. It came out in 1996, opening week. It shook the auditorium with the sound. The sound had leveled up in the 90s, so we went from having really good sound to great sound, and then of course now it's phenomenal 4K stuff, right? We have a completely different world with sound, but back then this was a groundbreaking movie for that, and it was such a fun movie as long as you don't think too much. If you just go into it of they're storm chasers who have this gimmick of why they have to put this thing in front of it, they're not like shooting YouTube videos. It's like, okay, like it would be so much easier to just make this movie of, oh, we just get paid by making videos for the news agency or the news station. We sell these videos. I mean, there's no moral compass there for the Bill character, but anyway, that notwithstanding, yeah, well, let's walk through the film a little bit.
Elusive. Unpredictable. Unpredictable. Elusive.
So I love the fact that it opens dark and dreary and intense. The trailer did the same thing. Like this is from the trailer. Listen.
Elusive. Unpredictable.
So it's dark and mysterious and edgy and kind of keeps you on the edge of your seat wanting more and that kind of thing. We have lightning crashes and things like that that kind of take place before we get into the trailer. And we have our two hunters. So there are countless scenes where they're just put in harm's way. They just do silly things, and it's one of these things where the concepts of storm hunting, the people who did this, was something that was pretty new for most of us. I don't think this was a widespread thing that was so commonplace in the 1990s. So it was kind of a cool thing to kind of learn a little bit about. There are people and scientists that would do these kinds of things. It's the same thing with the shark people that would actually get in the cage. It's like Shark Week took off because you're like, wow, these people are crazy. Like they go on these adventures for like 18 months of research, those kinds of things. So it's all in that same vein. Yet at the same time, you would think people would behave much smarter than the Bill Paxton character, and I mean, just they just do things that you're like, that doesn't make sense. The entire premise of the movie of them creating this device that puts little sensors in the air, you get them in the track, and then you would have scenes where like the tornado picks up a cow, but not the truck. It would blow Dorothy and the stuff around, but it wouldn't, I guess, pick up the sensors. Like I guess the sensors that were rolling around the ground didn't get picked up by the tornado. I don't know why any of that data didn't work, but it just had like really edgy, dark stuff. Special effects were intense and good for time. I mean, you can tell by the way the trailer is cut that it's just made for how do we get you in theaters, because it comes across as a much stronger horror vibe. Like this scene where they're trapped under the overpass and you see the truck getting pulled away. Like, so all of that played so well for its time. But as you rewatch this movie and you're just like, okay, so she doesn't sign divorce papers. Bill Paxton goes out there to pick him up, and now he's going to get him, and she doesn't sign him. I'm going to follow her on her tornado run, not just wait for her to be done while I have this new fiance with me. No, I'm going to take her on the adventure. No, I'm going to get in the truck and get in the path of the storm and get in the. It's okay. And then again, Dorothy is this canister full of little probes, but it will blow Dorothy over and around, but not suck them up. I mean, literally whole houses tractors are getting picked up and thrown around. There's vehicles getting thrown around, but it didn't pick up the sensors. So all of that. And then and by the way, how many people do they need on their scientific? I mean, by the way, we wouldn't run out of grant money if you didn't have what, 6, 8, 10 people on these research. Like, I mean, you got like a map guy and a Doppler guy. I don't even know what certain people do. They just drive around with their crap, I think, is more than anything else. Is like the equipment truck. And I don't totally get who all the characters purpose are. Like, what are they supposed to be doing? So, but yeah, we spent a lot of time like, oh, I don't know, let's just do this. Let's run in here. Let's run in there. And it's good. See how this trailer really played up the horror angle for the film? It is not a horror movie in any stretch of imagination. But watching the movie in the theater, it was a blast. Had a blast. And I've always owned this movie when it first dropped to today. Enjoy rewatching it. Just watched it. We thought Twisters came out soon. It doesn't come out for a couple weeks, but we thought, oh, it could come out my birthday week. We could go see a movie, just have some turn our brains off and have some fun. But we'd rewatch the Twister movie and we literally just had a laugh, like, oh yeah, let's run into here. Oh, by the way, pick the truck up. But it didn't pick this truck up, but it was so we were talking about Quiet Place, and I talked about how I did the video, how I kind of bashed the movie, but I think I'm pretty fair. And I find myself defending the movie against other people, but we all kind of give it sort of this midland score. And Twister is one of those if you had asked me when I first saw the movie to now, this movie has dropped so far for me into this like 2.5, 2.5. I mean, it is so rewatchable and fun though. You don't even have to pay attention to the story. You could just like have it on, kind of like having Shark Week. It's kind of like having on weather documentaries or something. Like you just be on and just watch sequences, and you could generally find the feel for what's going on. Let's see. We love all the supporting cast, of course. I mean, they're great. Obviously, Philip Seymour Hoffman is fantastic. I mean, they're just great people in all these roles and characters. And I don't have anything negative to say about any of that. Jamie Gertz does a great job as the doctor, right? She's the new fiance who's like the fish out of water. There's that scene where she's on the phone. She's like, "We have a cow." It's like that. That all works really, really well. Cary Elwes is all right. It's sort of like the antagonist, and Helen Hunt is just the witchy lady before we had witchy ladies. It's all right. To the star of the show, I thought is Lois Smith, right? Meg, Aunt Meg. She's the one that's making them all food, making them little baggies to go and things. Lois Smith is a gem, right? I mean, fried green tomatoes. Um, she's done so many good things over the years. I don't even know. I mean, I know she has so much work in theater and things like that. I couldn't even remember. I know wasn't her first movie like East of Eden or something? I think it's her first movie. I don't even know. And she was just so sweet and just believable and everything about it. I think I just loved her. So I know she was a regular on like True Blood or something. I didn't really get into True Blood. It's not my angle, not my thing. But as the Aunt Meg, she's great, man. She was great. She's one of my favorite parts of the whole movie. Actually, we definitely concurred that was our favorite part of the whole movie. And then the little side characters are fine. So I don't know. What do you guys think? Is it first off? Are you judging me for liking a dumb movie? Do you think it's dumb? Because I mean, it's okay to just have dumb entertainment. I don't know why we have to. We don't have to overanalyze something and ruin it. You can just go, you know what? For this movie, I could just turn my brain off. Like I know this movie has issues. Like I get it. So for me, that's kind of my approach with Twister. I am not opposed. I just said I'd go see the movie. We are willing to go see the sequel. I don't know if Mrs. Pops has watched the trailer like at all. I watched part of the trailer because it was one of those like way over 2 minute ones. So there's going to be way too much information. I watched a little bit of it. It had a little bit of that strong girl boss vibe feel at one point, but I'm like, well, the original Twister did too. So, all right, whatever. So that's kind of how I did. I kind of went along with it, and yeah, that's my take on it. I'd let you. I mean, you guys gonna go see the new movie? I mean, I don't know. Yeah, so that's kind of where I'm at. Love to hear from you guys. Thanks for watching. I'm Pops.